Hello and welcome to the On Your Head Son podcast. What a fun weekend of FA Cup football that was. What an advert for the sport. We can't wait to talk about it. As ever, I am joined by my trusty brothers, Matt and Andy. Hello, Matt. How much do you like football?
Oh, I love football. I mean, we were talking last week about my enthusiasm for the game and how it's reinvigorated me into a new lease of life. And me, that gave me that Man U versus Fulham game. Even Wayne Rooney was happy with that.
My favourite thing about the Man U Fulham game is that all the commentators were literally just about how long and boring it was.
Yeah. I mean, Gary Lineker basically just said, so we've got another half an hour of this, and then Wayne Rooney was like, sorry. So I like it. I like it. So we're back.
We are back. And it's a big welcome to brother Andy. Andy, similar question to you. Is football a good sport?
It's the best sport in the world. I'm pretty sure. It can be boring, but it can be fun. And also disappointing when Plymouth lose. So, yeah.
Well, on that note, Andy, why don't you give us a roundup of the FA Cup over the last few days?
Oh, can I really? So, the people who knocked out Southampton, Burnley, lost 3-0 to Preston. The only championship team still in the FA Cup. Man U lost on penalties, which is always good to see. Always good fun. Yeah, I've got nothing else to add. Fun all round.
It was fun all round. There were a few talking points from the weekend. We had Mateta getting assaulted. Did you see that challenge?
I didn't see anything wrong with it. Didn't see anything wrong with it at all. I thought the keeper had every right to go for that. He's obviously just not the best of his feet, let's say, whereas some other goalkeepers might have been. But yeah.
You are such a Millwall fan. Cunha scored a belter, then lost his head and got sent off. Gordon lost his head, is missing the Carabao Cup final.
I know, that's ridiculous. That's a massive loss. Does that mean Liverpool have basically already won it?
Yeah. It was a stupid red. I don't know why you just pushed him in the face.
In the FA Cup as well. No one cares. We'll get to that in a minute. And then the other thing that happened was that Pep is the latest manager to complain about the ball.
Oh, no.
Arteta was right.
Mikel Arteta's got a good influence, he does, around the Premier League. That's what we love to see. More managers complaining about shitty things like this.
Somehow when Pep says it, it's not quite as annoying as when Mikel Arteta says it, though.
Yeah.
I think, actually, I'm maybe starting to come around to the Arsenal fans' point of view, and maybe, James, you've got a vendetta against Arteta and Arsenal.
You and the media, James.
You and the media have got an issue with
the media.
The mighty Gooners.
I am the media. Serious question, though. I mean, we've been pissing about a little bit here. Serious question. FA Cup, who cares? Does anyone care?
That's harsh. It's harsh for the FA Cup. I mean, it's boring this year because there's no big underdogs in there. But for the lower leagues, come on, it is good fun when you see one go to the semis and the quarters.
I think now it's interesting from the quarters onwards.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah, I agree.
Bar that, might as well not happen.
I think it's always one of those where it's fun if you're a lower league team, if you get to the second, third, fourth, fifth round, that's an amazing experience. But for a Premier League team, like mid-level Premier League team, who probably aren't expecting to win it, it's really, really boring, and you just rest players until you get to the quarter-final, and then you start taking it seriously. So now they can start to take it seriously.
But also, you look at this year. This year's a wide open field as well for all those middle of the road, let's say, Premier League teams. They've got a massive chance. I mean, Villa are one that obviously massively do. Brighton, if Newcastle went through there, that's almost a better chance of a trophy than probably the Carabao Cup, in a way, given the way Liverpool are playing. And Forest as well. It'd be good to see Forest win. Forest or Villa, that's what I want.
I think Villa. Once again for Rashford, but that can't be helped.
There's Asensio that's scoring the goals for Villa at the moment, not Rashford. Just saying.
He did get an assist, though. He did get an assist again. I don't want to go on about it.
You do want to go on about it, but I'm not going to let you. So, in terms of because there's lots of cups, and these days, football really is just about the leagues and then the Champions League. Matt's making the sign that it's all money, and yes, of course it is all money, but also that's all that fans really care about as well.
I wouldn't mind a trophy, I'm going to be honest. The trophies part of it would be quite nice with an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup.
Tell that to Tottenham fans.
Hey, Harry Kane.
But it's a quick question then. What do you think is the most pointless trophy of them all? Taking aside the ones that Tottenham do actually win, like the Audi Cup in the summer and stuff like that.
Damn it. That was me. That's all I had.
The Nations League. The Nations League.
Yeah, Nations League.
Yeah, the Nations League. Yeah, I think of actually, to be honest, for Club World Cup maybe this summer in America. That
We'll
might
see.
be.
We'll see.
Yeah, might be good.
Could be the best thing in the world ever.
But I don't think it will be.
I'll go for the MLS playoff final, whatever they do, the Super Bowl of MLS.
Why? Do you not care if Portland Timbers beat Columbus Crew?
Oh, you've sold me. You've told me around.
We know a lot about MLS here, don't we?
I saw Wilfred Zaha got given king of the game and had to sit on a throne recently. Recently after this game, it was horrible. It's a horrible watch.
Who does Wilfred Zaha play for now?
Is it Montreal?
Yeah, Montreal.
Yeah.
King of the game.
King of the game. He was made to sit on a throne, and just like there's so many like Americans cheering for him on the sides. It's pretty weird.
That is very odd. I do miss Wilfred Zaha in the Prem. He was class.
Yeah, he was good.
Him and Palace. But to be fair, they've got Eze and he's pretty similar, I'd say, in type of player, so I like it.
Yeah. Anyway, we digress. So that rounds up on that. And we're going to nip to a very special feature. We're going to see football through the eyes of a Hull City fan. Yes. Andy caught up with Toby, a lifelong Hull City fan, separately. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hello and welcome back to the Questions with Toby, the number one Hull City fan in the world. Welcome, Toby.
Hello.
So you're a big fan of Hull, as we can see.
I would maybe say I'm top 200 fans, maybe. I don't know if I'd put myself as number one.
I think you're number one. You're going every week and you're a die-hard fan. That's what we got on the channel.
Let's say that, yeah.
Right, so the first question for you, Toby, is how and why did you become a Hull City fan?
Well, that's the thing. No one chooses to be a Hull City fan. It's where I was born. My whole family's from that surrounding sort of area. So yeah, it's just kind of a case of it's hometown club sort of thing.
Hull chose you.
Amen. Yeah. Amen to that.
Fair play. Yeah, exactly. But you're not a glory hunter, and we like that. You know
exactly that, mate. I mean, there's one thing you can't call me, and that's a glory hunter.
Yeah, there's times I wish I could trade the Southampton choice, but you can't. You got to live with it. You got to stick by him throughout the 9-0. You got to stick by him. Right, and then we'll go on to the second one. So, what is your favourite memory as a Hull City fan?
Well, I have three. Okay. So the first two are related to each other. It's to do with the FA Cup in 2014, I believe it was. I was lucky enough to go to both the semi-final and final. I'd say the semi-final was the better memory because of the fact, and this actually is shocking for me that I can't remember the exact number or the exact score, but at half-time, I'm sure, I swear we were something like 3-0 down or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what got said in the dressing room, but we came out and we spanked them second half, got to the final. And so I think that like roller coaster of emotions, thinking that we were obviously knocked out and then not getting knocked out was a good memory. Yeah. And then the second memory would be the final. Even though we didn't win it, we were 2-0 up in 10 minutes. Yeah. And I'd say it's a good memory because of the fact it's a final. We were 2-0 up, we thought we were going to win it. But the fact that we didn't go on to win, I'd say it doesn't make it as good as a memory as the semi-final was.
Yeah, of course.
Does that make sense?
No, I get you. It's a bit tainted. I mean, getting there was amazing, but then it was against Arsenal, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I remember a good message from Harry Freeman saying at half-time he was crying. and then they went on to win. But like just that was my first big game at Wembley as well. I think I'd been to like an England friendly or something, but that was the first sort of big game at Wembley. Well, semi-final as well, but and then the third memory, which is a bit of a random one, and you'll like this, I think. Yeah. It's back in the olden days of Twitter. Like this is probably the same sort of time, like 2013-ish sort of time, 2014 maybe. Do you remember a player called David Myler? Or Mailer?
I remember David Myler. Yeah.
He replied to one of my tweets about Flappy Bird. That
was the most 2013 thing I've heard. David Myler and Flappy Bird.
So that holds a lot of
love that.
A lot of weight to me.
What, was he just a fan? Like,
I can't remember. I think I definitely tweeted him, but I can't. Or I think he made a tweet about Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
Or something, and I tweeted back whether his tweet was about Flappy Bird or I just randomly replied to a tweet of his about Flappy Bird.
Yeah.
Nice. And then he replied back talking about Flappy Bird. So
that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's a new goal for the podcast. We want Flappy Bird as an ad. for this podcast. That's our dream now.
We're sponsored by Flappy Bird today.
What a memory, David Myler. Love that. Right, okay, we'll move on to the next one for you. So, this year, I've been to see Hull, actually. I went to see you lose against Cardiff.
Great game.
1-0. Yeah, you weren't great, I'll be honest.
No.
So, my question is, where do you think Hull will finish this season, and do you think you'll get relegated?
I don't think we'll get relegated, but I don't think we'll do any better than we are at the moment. I think are we one place off relegation, or two?
I think you're one place off, but you're just in it. Like, you're really in the battle this year.
I know if we win the next game, we go up about 3 points or so. 3 points, obviously, 3 places.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get relegated, but I mean, this season just has not looked great from the get-go.
No.
I still don't really know why. I don't know if anyone really knows why they sacked Liam.
Yeah, that was a weird one because he was playing so well with you had great players last year.
That is true.
You had Philogene, Fabio Carvalho.
See the banger he scored as well.
The Rabona last year. Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah, that was class.
Because you scored an amazing team goal. Because I went to the Cardiff versus Hull the year before as well.
Right.
And you won about 3-1, and you looked electric. Yeah. You had Greaves as well.
Was that with Liam there as well?
Yeah, that was with Liam.
Right. Yeah.
And you were looking on fire.
Yeah. So it's very also even to the point where when they first appointed him, Hull were kind of sitting where they are right now.
Yeah.
And within that first season, he took them to. Well, we just missed out on promotion. Really.
You were so close to the playoffs, weren't you?
Yeah.
I remember. I think was it final day or was it 2 games in? Like you were still in with a chance of it.
No, so we had to beat Ipswich. And then we lost that game. I think that was it would have been Ipswich. Then would have got to. I can't remember. It was very close to either way, but we lost against Ipswich.
But,
so yeah.
Yeah, I can speak with experience. Sometimes, it might be better to stay down. I was enjoying a lot of football last year. It was good. Russell Martin seemed like the best manager in the world, and then the Premier League happened, but that's fine.
Well, at least he's still with Lucy Pinder.
Exactly. He's still with Lucy Pinder. Yeah, they're both gone. That was his achievement, I think, at Southampton. that and the final. Right, so you don't think you're going down, but if you could bring back one player from all of Hull's history to help you get out of this trouble, this relegation battle, who would you bring in?
I mean, there's probably a lot of players where, remember back in them sort of... There's probably a lot better player that I'm going to say right now, but it would have to be someone like Jared Bowen or Robertson. I know it wasn't, in their prime, but, they did play for Hull. If you could bring them from right now back to Hull, it's got to be one of them boys for me, surely.
Even when they were at Hull, were they kind of showing that as well?
Well, obviously not on the level that they're at now.
No,
but,
of course.
I'm not a scouting scout. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to say. I'll be lying if I said I could remember really. They were good players, but I don't remember ever looking at them being like, these boys are
they're definitely going to go to the levels that they went to.
Yeah,
100%.
But it would have to be one of them two boys, or
it's always. No, sorry.
No, you carry on. No, please.
Gentleman and a scholar. So I was going to say it's hilarious that picture of Robertson and Harry Maguire signing on the same day for Hull.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so weird. It's like kind of how did you get that in just a double signing?
Yeah, fully.
And the price you would have got off of that as well. Class.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I just don't know because obviously Maguire then went to Leicester.
Yeah.
I don't know how much for, but I think Robert did go straight to Liverpool, didn't he? Have I made that up?
Yeah, I think he went straight to Liverpool. Yeah, I don't think there was an in between.
It must have been for a decent sum, but
I think it was probably would have been about 10 mil. I feel like it wasn't anything major.
It wasn't stupid money then.
Because you were in a relegation battle, so he wasn't particularly rated.
Got you.
He thought he was good, but then I think. Which obviously, back then was still a bit of money, but it wasn't anything.
Yeah,
crazy.
sure. 10 mil for a fullback is still,
Yeah,
it's nothing mental. It's not a 80 mil from Maguire from Leicester. Do you know what it is?
No, that's mental.
That is mental.
Yeah, I bet you wish you had him for that. That
would be decent. I think we'd still be in the Prem at that point.
Yeah, I mean, more expensive than Van Dijk, which is just at the time, which was just.
How much Van Dijk? 70 mil? 75?
75.
Right.
Which was nice.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean,
shame couldn't do much with it, but.
Yeah, well, we've done fuck all with it, really. Reinvestment. But now we're back, and we're probably staying up this year. So,
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Derby's record, we're going to smash that. Well, Oh nope, I've got one more question. See, you know,
I'm mentally prepared for one more there.
exactly. Don't worry, I'm not a professional, as you can tell. So, what is your all-time Hull City five-a-side team?
Well, you need a keeper, surely.
Of course.
You would say, even if he's a rush keeper, you need a keeper. Again, possibly poor from me. But this is just the keeper that comes to mind for me. I've just got a bit of a soft spot for McGregor.
McGregor.
Yeah, you know, I don't think he was ever really like the man, but he's got a place.
A loyal servant for Hull.
Exactly that. You need a defender or someone defensive minded, so you got to go Robbo, I think.
Fair enough.
We'll maybe get Maguire in there, but I'll see if we've got space for him. And then you got to have an attacker, so you go Bowen.
Yeah.
You know, just have him in there. Probably get another attacker in there.
Yeah.
So I'd maybe go like for a Dean Windass, maybe.
Dean Windass.
Just for a bit of nostalgia.
Good shout out. Good shout out.
Or Giovanni, maybe. Maybe go him actually over Windass, just for that Brazilian flair, you know.
Okay, nice. And you got one more.
I'll go midfield, and again, this is poor from me, but he's got a soft spot. I can't explain why I've got a soft spot for him because he wasn't that good. But George Boyd.
George Boyd. What a name!
I think it's just a long hair.
George Boyd.
Yeah, I just liked him. He's just a boy.
Yeah, Burnley man as well. Yeah, love it.
I couldn't have told you that, but yeah. And then what I will do, and I know it's a five-a-side, but I'm going to pick a sixth guy for the sideline for squad morale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that would be Rory the Tiger.
Rory the Tiger, you're getting your mascot there.
Oh yeah, squad morale.
Is he just morale / gaffer? Is that your gaffer?
Yeah, screw it. Why not?
Yeah, the Tiger. Getting mauled by the Tigers if you're doing that on the side.
There is a girl Tiger as well, but I can't think of her name. I might be completely wrong here. I want to say it's Amber the Tiger, but I might be massively wrong.
It's not Tony with an eye, is it?
No. Should be that though.
No Frosties? No Frosties? No.
Yeah, there's Frosties. Tony Tiger's Frosties. Yeah. But no Frosties there.
No Frosties related to that. Although last year you were sponsored by McVitie's.
There you go.
Which is just a great biscuit all round. Yeah, fair play.
Don't mind that at all. Do not mind that one bit.
Yeah. I'm sure that's why you came on to talk about McVitie's. So that's good.
Definitely. Yeah. That's the other podcast, isn't it?
That's the other podcast, yeah. We're doing that in a second. We're going on the biscuit trends after, don't worry. But no, well, that's all the questions I have for you.
Lovely stuff.
Yeah, and anything else you want to add about Hull City?
Just that we're probably going to stay in the Championship. You're going to come down and we're going to absolutely spank you.
You really think that?
Yeah.
Well, the Championship is our playground, as you like to know, you know.
Yeah,
we get promoted even when we're not trying, so that's fine.
True.
We only spend one season there every time. Don't worry about that.
We'll see what happens.
Well, Toby, thank you very much for joining the On Your Head Son podcast.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going back to the studio. Way getting mauled by the Tigers. Thank you very much, Toby. We love Humber Bridge. We're all fans of Humber Bridge, really, aren't we?
Umber Bridge, please.
Umber Bridge. Dead nice. And now we've heard his five-a-side team. It's time for ours. But the brothers don't want to do it this week, so it's just my Hull five-a-side team.
You are the Hull City expert of the family.
I am born and raised in Hull. Right, in goal, Steve Harper. the best goalkeeper you want. The number 2 at Newcastle, Steve Harper's in goal.
Interjection, Boaz Myhill.
Oh, I love that. I'm not going to lie.
Well, are you going for Boaz Myhill?
Yeah, we'll have one interjection each, so I'm using mine early. Boaz Myhill.
Yeah. All right, defender, Harry Maguire. Slabhead. They see no interjections there. He knows it's going to get worse. So we got Harry Maguire, and next to him, in a defender role, we've got Tom Huddleston, which we all think's fair. He's dropping deeper. We like that. And then midfielder, we've got Jimmy Bullard, the nutcase on Soccer AM. He's there. And then up front, I didn't really know who to go for, so I went for Nikola Jelavic when he had his stint at Hull. So that's the five-a-side team. And who's the coach? You said the coach earlier.
Phil Brown.
Phil Brown brought everyone on the pitch at half time and gave him a good telling to.
I couldn't use an interjection there. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to. I thought about doing it. I thought about bringing in Dean Windass. Honourable shout out there for obviously a great man. But no, I think you nailed it. I think that's a brilliant five-a-side team.
For the first 10 games of like Hull City's promotion season, the first time they came up in around 2008, Giovanni was electric. He was immense. immense for Hull City. So I would have put him in there as well. But I already used my interjection with Boaz Myhill.
I thought about Abel Hernandez, but he just missed out.
What about who was their right back, the full back, the Egyptian?
El Mohammadi.
El Mohammadi. There we go.
So that actually was going to be my question. My question was going to be who is the highest ever appearance maker in the Premier League for Hull City, and the answer is El Mohammadi.
El Mohammadi. There we go. I forgot Jelavic existed, so I like that.
Good.
Well, he is actually Hull City's top Premier League goal scorer of all time.
Is he?
With I had it up earlier. I think it's like 11 or 12 goals. It's 12. Giovanni close second on 11.
A damn dynasty. That's what they've got, Hull. A damn Premier League.
Honourable shout-outs to Robert Snodgrass, Stephen Hunt, Jake Livermore.
And also the whole FA Cup run. We said FA Cup was a bad trophy, but I mean the 2014 final, Arsenal only just pipped them. I think it was 2-1 or 4-3 or 3-2. Don't know which one, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, what a trophy! Actually, I've changed my tune.
Yeah, exactly. All about the trophies.
We love the FA Cup. We love Hull City. We're actually experts. We should be doing a Hull City podcast. But enough about Hull. Good luck to Hull staying up in the Championship. We hope to be seeing you playing Southampton next season. And if we're lucky, we'll be able to see them playing in the Premier League again sometime soon. But for now, we can say that the Premier League is back this weekend. No more FA Cup, which is brilliant. Matt, do you want to go through the fixtures of the weekend?
Yeah, but I'll only do a couple really. So you got Forest City. You got Liverpool versus Southampton. Is there a title race? Is there a relegation battle? I don't think so. Crystal Palace versus Ipswich. Tasty. Brighton versus Fulham. Ooh, pretty middle of a road right there. Brentford Villa. Feed the hungry. Come on, Marcus. Come on.
Asensio who? Never heard of him.
Exactly. Marco what? Who else is playing? Wolves Everton. Tottenham Bournemouth. Chelsea Leicester. Man U Arsenal. West Ham Newcastle. Look at that. I mean, not the best lineup of Premier League fixtures, but it's good to have a Prem back. And not
it's good to have the Prem back. And I asked you to write down your pick of the weekend, and you chose to not pick a Premier League game.
Yeah. I mean, because I actually picked an ex-Premier League player. And he's someone who's tearing up La Liga. The names are Messi, Zidane, Ronaldo, R9, Anthony. Infinite aura. You can't see it. He beats Real Madrid single-handedly this weekend. No help from Isco, no help from anyone. So yeah, it's got to be Real Betis versus someone, Las Palmas. So yeah,
the shackles are off, and you're just seeing flair.
Exactly.
I mean, you're just seeing a loose bloke there. You really are. He's no idea what he's talking about.
Speaking to a Chelsea fan earlier today, he said they're going to win Europa League, Europa Conference League super easily, except for Real Betis. He's worried about one man, and we all know why. So cool.
Dear, dear. Right, Andy, please give us a serious answer. What game are you looking forward to this weekend?
I'm going to go back to the Prem, obviously, and we're going to go for the actual big fixture for the top four race, and it's Forest versus Man City. I mean, in the reverse fixture, I think City won, was it 3-0? Like, even when they were going through their bad spell. So they have got the better of them during this bad period. But you're still back Forest on the form they've been on. You think Chris Wood might get a header. I'm going to back him still. I'm going to go for a 2-1. I think it's going to be tight, though. It'll be a great game to watch.
I think City will win this one. I do. Probably 3-1.
Chris Wood will score, though.
Chris Wood will score, but that's just, Does the Pope shit in the woods?
Brilliant. Well, I'm going to go for a game that Matt picked out as to be quite boring, very mid-table, but I think it's the last chance for these people to really state their name if they want to get towards Europe, and that's Brighton and Fulham. Brighton have actually been on pretty good form of late. And are making a push towards the European places. Could even get Champions League if they really put a run together. Fulham looked better earlier on in the season, have lost their way a little bit. A bit patchy now. But they both play open, exciting football. I expect goals. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Fulham win.
I love Fulham. I think Fulham are my favourite team now. I'm a Prem. Bar Villa, obviously. And Saints.
Okay, well, it is time for my game. It is this week the FA Cup game.
Yay! Come on.
And
Excitement.
seeing as the quick fire round worked so well last week, we're going to do quick fire, and you have to name a team that has won the FA Cup, and you have 5 seconds to bounce back between you, and whoever can't get one within 5 seconds loses. Simple game, simple rules.
Okay.
Yeah, that works nicely to me.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes.
You're ready. Andy is so ready that he is going to start. So Andy might be ready, but I might not be. So I'm going to need to get the list of teams in front of me. Nice interlude. And we are back and we are ready. And that means, Andy, you are up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Southampton.
No.
Yes.
Arsenal.
Leicester City.
Man U.
Chelsea.
Man City.
Liverpool.
Everton.
Aston Villa.
Newcastle.
Fulham.
Oh, is Fulham... stop.
Fulham, I'm out. No.
Stop.
Fulham, no.
Fulham is a no.
Mark
Andy
Schwarzer.
is out of there.
God. Forest. Oh no.
It's another win. It's free on the
That
trot.
is-
Leeds. Forest. Oh, terrible.
What, you were going to say
Shocking.
Forest?
Yeah, Forest would have won one. Under Clough, surely.
I am
You never
not
know.
sure. They did. Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Lucky guess though. Lucky guess.
Fudger. I'm still waiting for the first win. Next week's the one.
Yeah, and he still hasn't won any of these games. So well done, Matt. And your prize is to host a game next week.
Thank you. Yeah. So I've already got a good game in mind, so don't worry about it.
I'm not worried. I'm excited. I cannot wait for next week. I cannot wait for the football this weekend. And we haven't even spoken about the Champions League. We haven't had time.
Ran out of time.
Sorry, we're out of time.
We were going to talk about. I had so much to say about the Champions League this time.
Yeah. I had so much to say about Hull City. We barely scratched the surface.
Exactly. Don't worry.
Exactly. I mean, come
you-
on, the Tigers. They're great.
Okay, we're blabbing on now, so let's wrap it up. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, watchers. Thank you to everyone that follows us Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. If you don't, then do. And until next time, please remember that it's on your head, son.
Not off your head.
Son. Yeah. Boom.